Howdy friends, this is the Roaming Prepper. Today, let's talk about how do we find local resources so we're not as subject to supply chain disruptions. I'll be right back and we can talk about that. Whether you live in the country or in the city, there are typically markets, farmers markets, and other resources you can use locally. I've made friends with a lot of people who have startup businesses, sometimes out of their home. This particular neighbor was making really great cinnamon rolls. They'd been unemployed, but they were trying to make a decent, honest living, and I'm going to support that. I also now have someone who can provide baked goods if I don't know how to make them myself. It's also fun to be able to get out and see your community, get a feel for where you live, especially if you've just relocated or you may be relocating to that area. It's a good thing to be able to find a variety of products that don't involve chain stores or businesses. Sometimes those larger businesses will be subject to disruptions in the larger supply chain, but smaller businesses source regionally and may be less likely to struggle. Also, when you buy products, make sure you have different ways to prepare them. Obviously, I made this coffee with a Keurig because I had power. What if the power went out? Do you know how to make coffee with different types of mechanisms? For instance, a French press or a pour-over. Knowing how to use your products and to prepare them in different ways if power or something else is lacking is really important for preparedness. Besides finding better ways to shorten your supply chain, you will also get exposed to new products, get to meet members of the community, and start to hear a bigger picture of what may be happening. Where are these folks running into shortages? Can you help them? Can you set up a subscription where you go by every week to the farmer's market and get fresh produce, fresh coffee, or whatever it is you're looking for? I've even found local brew houses that will provide growlers of beer if I wanted to go that route. Being able to shorten your supply chain and learn about the area you are in will prove to be invaluable. The pictures you're seeing here are from the county fair and farmers market held in the adjacent town. We literally went through 200 tents, walked for an entire day, and came home with a bunch of groceries. It was pretty cool, and we got what we needed. Now, if you're using a chain store because that's all that's available, that's not the end of the world by any means. We all like name brands. This little short I put on Instagram was encouraging people to check the store brand stuff. Very often it's identical, the quality is not terrible, and sometimes even better, and it may cost up to 50% less. That's money that you can put elsewhere. Also, if that particular product is lacking, you will have an alternative to use and be less disrupted. I also found when you're buying anything like meats or other produce, try to buy in bulk and then freeze, can, or store what you don't use right away. Being able to do these things will help you. I also look for meal deals or other types of specials. These kind of specials, also couponing, will help you find additional products that you may not have intended to buy or were out of your budget, but you can now buy them because of this special deal. So when you go shopping, it's always good to try to find those deals that will actually save you additional money. So let's take a look at this, for instance. I went to the local store, picked up this. This is a family size chicken Alfredo penne, It's one of those like you stick it in the oven and you cook it, right? Easy peasy. How is this a prep? Well, first of all, for 2 people, this is probably enough for lunch for the whole freaking week. So I got dinner and probably 1 or 2 lunches out of this. So that's saving me money that I can redirect somewhere else. Then you have to buy this weird-ass garden crunch thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But if you bought those 2, then you get this. So you get the Texas Toast, which is going to have to go in the fridge. But this has a 1-year shelf life. And you got this. I don't know why they threw that in there as part of the freebies, but that's utensils. Now think about it. If you have lost power and your water supply is questionable, you don't want to waste water meant for cooking and hygiene to wash dishes. This is a great solution. You get these, you use them, you can wipe them down. If you don't have enough water to do so, you chuck them and they go in the garbage pit. And then you get this, which I don't know what the shelf life is on this thing. It was free, so I got it. But I do remember pomegranate soda with vodka tastes really good on a hot summer day, so that might be what I do with that. But in any case, now let's back up a bit. I bought these. That's a dinner and probably lunches for me and the missus for a couple of days. Then I have the weird garden salad shit that I don't know what to do with. But you got your Texas Toast. That will go with this, or I can make something else with that. So I got a second meal here. I just need to put something with it. That has a 1-year shelf life. This will help me not have to do dishes in an emergency. I can throw those out, and I got the weird soda that I can put vodka in. So that's kind of a win-win when you think about it. So these are the kind of things, folks who are trying to be ready for emergencies, trying to be into preparedness, we need to do this kind of stuff. I got preps with dinner and lunches, with whatever I'm going to use that for, and I got something to mix in vodka. I mean, how badass is that? You can't beat that. So, guys, look for those deals. Remember, you don't have to cook all this shit now. I could freeze that or store that for another day and cook this tomorrow. I got an assortment of stuff here. This is how you save that extra cash. I saved roughly 10 bucks here, and not including the 2 lunches I won't have to buy. So maybe 20 bucks, 30 bucks. What could you do with 20 or 30 bucks towards your personal preparedness or just paying off bills? Think about it. Be good, guy. Friends, I'll continue to encourage you to explore your markets, your stores, coupons, and any other means to save yourself money and reduce your exposure. Until next time, be safe, Godspeed, and help someone out if you can.